Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to our mapping unit. Today, I'm going to review the big concept that we're talking about of scale, proportion, and quantity. We're going to go over those words again. Then I'm going to read you this story, Me on the Map, written by Joan Sweeney. And then your assignment for today is going to be to draw a map of your bedroom. Okay, and I'm going to show you a map I made in my classroom to give you an idea of the perspective that you should use or the way you should kind of look down on it like you're a bird flying over. I hope you enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. All right, so first, let's go through this. Just a reminder, we're talking about scale, proportion, and quantity. Okay, scale. Remember we talked about the map scale. There's a picture right here. Okay, and it's a unit or system that something is measured by. And when speaking of maps, scale shows the difference in size between the objects. Because 1 inch on this map, for example, is equal to 400 miles. So we're not going to make a map that's 400 miles long. We're going to draw a picture and then let the person using the map know that 1 inch is equal to 400 miles on the map. Something like that. Okay? We also have proportion. That talks about differences in objects based on size, time, and changes in scale. There's that measuring word. Okay, these are 3 different toys, all of the same character, but they're all a little bit different size and scale. And quantity, when we talk about quantity, we're talking about how many or how much. So again, that's the big idea, the big concept behind why we're looking at maps. So you have an idea about scale, proportion, and quantity. All right, now I want to read a story. Here we go. Me on the map. I have to decide where to put myself. Maybe I'll put myself right up here. Let's see. There we go. Me on the map. Okay, zoom out a little. Nope, that's as far as I go. All right. This is written by Joan Sweeney, and it's a great book. It talks about the different kinds of maps we can look at, maps of our streets, of our cities, or even our homes. And remember, as I'm reading, picture in your mind what a map of your bedroom might look at. We're going to start there. We are going to get to a project where you might map your whole house or even your street. We're going to start small, though, and today's just our bedrooms. So me on the map. Where's my computers? There we go. Me on the map. That's not a great place for me. It's okay. This is me. This is me in my room. This is a map of my room. This is me on the map of my room. Can you see the differences in these 2 pictures, boys and girls? In this picture, it almost looks like we're looking into her bedroom. Everything has height, a little bit of depth. But on this picture, it looks like we're kind of looking straight down at her. We're looking at the top of her desk and her nightstand and her bed. Her cat's still there too, though. Didn't see the top of the cat's head. Okay, keep going. This is my house. This is a map of my house. This is my room on the map of my house. Okay, her room is right here. And then she drew how all the other rooms relate to one another and where they are in her home. We're going to get a little bigger now. This is her street. This is a map of my street. This is my house on the map of my street. I'm thinking it's the one she colored in really nice. If you notice, it has her street name, her house number right here, and then all the other house numbers and what those homes look like. This is my town. So we're getting bigger. Bedroom, house, street, town. This is where she lives. This is a map of my town. This is my street on the map of my town. So if you remember, her street was Oak Street, and that's right up here. This is my state. This is the map of my state. This is my town on the map of my state. Looks like she lives in Kansas. Remember, we live in Illinois. You'll notice on her map there's the capital of Kansas, Topeka. There's a city, probably her city. And then there's these rivers and some hills and different landforms shown on her map. This is my country, the United States of America. This is a map of my country. This is my state on the map. That was her state right here. And this is ours right here, Illinois. Getting bigger and bigger. I wonder where we go after country. Wow, this is my world. It is called Earth. It looks like a giant ball. If you could unroll the world and make it flat, it would look something like this map of the world. This is my country on the map of the world. So picture that in your mind. The globe is round. And if you were going to slit the globe down the back and flatten it out, this is what it would look like. These are all the countries or the continents on the map. Okay, North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, and Australia, and Antarctica. Those are the continents. And our country, the United States, is part of this continent of North America. So here is how I find my special place on the map. First, I look at the map of the world and find my country. Then I look at the map of the country and find my state. Then I look at the map of my state and find my town. Then I look at the map of my town and find my street. And on my street, I find my house. And in my house, I find my room. And in my room, I find me. Just think. In rooms, in houses, on streets, in towns, in countries all over the world, everybody has their own special place on the map. Just like me. Just like me on the map. See what she did? Some different things. Okay, so in the beginning, like I said, she showed a great picture of what her room looks like in person and then what it looks like on a map. And we're talking about perspective and scale. So she didn't take a piece of paper that was as big as her whole bedroom. That wouldn't work because that would be a really big piece of paper and you need really big crayons. So she took a regular piece of paper and drew what she sees in her room. You'll also notice in terms of scale or size that her bed is bigger than her desk. And her desk is bigger than her nightstand because in real life, that's true. Okay? So again, this is her idea or her drawing, much smaller scale, much smaller size of her bedroom. I want to show you my map of my classroom. Okay? You're going to make a map of your bedroom, but I made a map of my classroom because that's where I spend a lot of my time. So here it is. Maps have a few important things that we need to remember. Now, again, scale. This piece of paper fits under my projector, so we know it's not too big. It's a regular size piece of paper, but I was able to fit all of the things in my classroom on this one piece of paper. Okay, we'll go over what they are in a minute. I also made a key for my map to show what the different objects are. And I matched the color, and I matched the shape. So that if you were to look at this map, you'd be like, what is happening here? But the key can give you an idea of what's in my classroom. For example, when you see these long, dark, straight lines, that's either my chalkboard, which is back here, or my smartboard, which is right up here. Any brown shape that you see is where students sit. All these little green circles are my chairs. Okay, see all the different little chairs? And then anytime you see a gray rectangle, those are bookshelves in my classroom. So like you can see there's one right here. It's hard to see. I wish I could take you around, but I can't move my computer. And there's a bookshelf right here and across the room. Okay, so I drew gray rectangles for my bookshelves. And for my doors and windows, I drew these blue lines. These are my two windows right back there. See how my desk, one of my desks is right here. And then there's a window right by my desk. So I tried my best to pretend I was a bird flying over my classroom and think, what does it look like? I had to think of the shapes. I have a circle table here and a half circle table here, kind of squiggly table here. All my chairs are circles. A lot of stools in here right now. Okay, my desks, you can kind of see here, kind of an orangey brown color, and they're big rectangles. So that's why I chose that shape for my desks. When you go to make your map, boys and girls, picture your bedroom. Go sit in your bedroom. Look around. What do you have in there? Do you have a bed? Where is it? Is it by the window? Is it by the door? Do you have a chair or a rug or a bookcase or a closet? Picture those things in your mind and take some time to sketch and draw it out. Okay, my expectation is that you find paper and pencil, maybe some crayons or markers to do this project at home. If you don't have paper, pencil, crayons, or markers, you can open up a drawing. I'll make a slide in Seesaw, and you can use the drawing tools in Seesaw to make your map. So those are your choices. You can either draw your map, snap a picture, and post it into Seesaw, or you can use the drawing tools on a slide to make your map. I want to see your map. I also want to see your key. Okay, if you chose to make your bed a big red rectangle, draw a little red rectangle and say bed. If you have windows in your room, maybe you can use my idea and do these blue lines for the windows and the door. But put that on your key. So when I'm looking at it, I go like, oh, there's the windows and the door. Okay? Have fun. Be creative. Do your best. That's all I ever ask, right? Okay, second graders, you're awesome. I can't wait to see your work. Thank you.